Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Real Crypto. In today's video, we're going to be going over the Unchained gear and the Necromancer gear and which one might be the right one for you. So the first item we're going to talk about is going to be the weapon. And one of the first things I want to look at is going to be the price. As we can see right here, the price of the Unchained dagger is $96 and the Necromancer weapon is $56. It's almost about a 50% difference between both of the weapons. As we can see here, the Necromancer weapon is much cheaper and is more affordable to more players. The next thing I want to look at is going to be damage that you are able to get from the weapon itself. So level 100, you're able to get 5 strength, 5 dex, 123 attack, and 15 starfers from the Unchained dagger. But when we look at the Necromancer dagger, it only gets 103 attack. However, the Necromancer dagger does have the potential to get to 15 stars. At 10 stars, this weapon does beat out the Unchained dagger. I also want to show you how expensive it is to be able to enhance this weapon. As you can see here, this is the price to enhance the Necromancer dagger. And going up to 10 stars is actually really cheap. It's most likely, at least at these prices, to be able to be cheaper than buying an Unchained dagger. And although I don't have this weapon at 10 stars, I do have a Zakum weapon at 10 stars and it has very similar stats to the Necromancer weapon. However, the Necromancer weapon can go up to 15 stars, which means that it outright beats the Unchained dagger once it gets there. The next thing I'm going to compare is going to be the cubing prices between each item. So as you can see here, the Necromancer weapon, when we scroll all the way down, the price to cube is 38 for a black and 26 for a bonus potential cube. And the Unchained dagger, when we scroll all the way down, it's going to be 50 for the black cube and 58 for the bonus potential. So when you compare both of the items, you're actually getting a worse item buying the Unchained dagger at a higher price with a lower potential, and it also costs much more to enhance. Even after that, you might not be convinced, but there is one thing that many players are missing, and that is going to be this little thing right here. As you can see, it says cannot set/reset bonus stats. What this basically means is the item cannot be flamed, because when you flame an item, it increases the stats that the item has. The Necromancer gear far surpasses the Unchained gear because you cannot flame any of the Unchained gear. However, you can flame the Necromancer gear. Now you might be looking at the set bonus, and clearly the Unchained set is better. However, it's a very marginal difference when you factor in all of the other benefits the Necro gear does have. Now, I also do want to go over one more item just to show you guys. So same as before, we have 21 dex, 21 luck, and 3 attack at level 100. 3 attack roughly equates to about 15 stat for each of the stat. So in this instance, it's going to be 36 dex and 36 luck. And as before, the Necromancer gear has 6 dex, 6 luck, or however when it's Star Force, it'll have these stats. And as you can clearly see, it slightly beats out the Unchained gear. However, let's look at the enhancement cost once again. As we can clearly see, it's 49k for the black cubes, 41k for the bonus pot. And when we compare it to the Necromancer glove, 30k for the black cube and 23k for the bonus pot. And we can also compare the prices where this one is $20 and this one is $40. And when we compare the price versus what you're going to get out of the item, and it's clear that the Necromancer gloves are underrated. But now I also want to talk about why you would want to buy the Unchained set rather than buying the Necromancer set. The Unchained set is really good because you can start equipping it very early on in the game, making the early game progression very smooth. I would recommend the Unchained set if you're looking to swap over to something that is a higher tier set, such as the Von Leon set, the Cygnus set, or even the Chaos Root Abyss set. The set is great because you can just buy it and use it right away. And it also comes with inherent Star Force, which means you're able to train at higher Star Force maps that you might not be able to with the Necromancer gear. Another thing I want to talk about is the Unchained gear does have higher resale value, at least as of right now, which means when you're done using it, when you want to upgrade to your next set of gear, it'll likely hold its value or maybe even increase in value. So which one is the right set for you? I think that if you are a player that is going to upgrade to a Von Leon set or a Chaos Root Abyss set in the future, it's probably the right option for you. But if you're an early game player that might not have the budget to upgrade later on, and you want an item set that has a higher potential ceiling than the Unchained set at a much better price point and with the potential to get boss flames, it's probably the right one for you. If you're only trying to clear up to the daily bosses, or maybe try to tackle some of the weekly content with a party, the Necromancer gear is good enough. And when you do receive boss flames, you potentially could even start soloing some of the content. That's it for today, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe for more MapleStory and content. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.